Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, good evening. Thank you once again for joining us on Facebook Live. And I remember last week we have Andrew from a chef to a spa director and also a consultant. And today we are so happy to have someone who's so busy from Bali and still say yes to us. And she's none other than Jory Montilla. With more than 20 years of hospitality experience, specialized in spa and wellness industry, both in city and resort countries with 6 pre-opening, expertise in 5-star hotel and luxury properties. She began her career as a spa therapist, trainer, and director, successfully involved in the spa operations and management areas across Maldives, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Switzerland, New Zealand, Jordan, Indonesia, and Philippines. She holds a degree in physical education in the Philippines and international therapy examination ITAC qualifications in holistic massage, certified US Yoga Alliance teacher of pranayama and shakarma and sound healing. She has been appointed as a guest speaker for the Cosmoprof Talk, Cosmoprof Asia, Singapore edition, and has been selected as the speaker for the Asia Pacific Spa and Wellness Collision Roundtable 2023. Currently based in Bali, Indonesia, as Director of Spa and Wellness of AYANA Estate, Bali. Welcome. Let's welcome her, Jory Montilla,
Hello,
Director of Spa and
everyone.
Wellness. Hi, Jory. How are you this evening? Thank you so much for saying yes to us. And I know that you are running and you have another appointment, but we are so happy that you're on board with us. And let's dive deep into exciting times with you about your career journey because I think from an elementary teacher and becoming a spa director, such an inspired transition. And just want to know how did your background in education influence your approach to wellness and spa management? Over to you, Jared.
Okay, sure. So to make the story short, I just wanted to give you an overview of how I actually ended up in the wellness and spa industry. So I was a teacher and I didn't feel like I need to confine myself in a four wall in the school. So then a good neighbor of mine who I would consider an angel to my till today for introducing me a new company that recently opened in my city. I belong to a small city in the Philippines, and she said they would require someone, a professional with a science background. So as elementary teacher, we studied all the sciences. So I said, okay, why not? I should give it a try. So when I arrived in the place for the interview, I was stunned with the biggest foot that I've seen in my life that has a map of different parts of the body. And actually, biology is my one of my favorites. So I was like, oh my god, what does it do? So I was so intrigued, and I was actually that was the beginning of my career. I said, oh my god, like this food can really do something to our body. And so that's where I began my training to be a reflexologist.
How old
And
were you then? Sorry, Jerry, on that.
I
How
was
old?
20. Actually, I didn't really teach for so long. I was 20. I was going to be 21 years old.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was just a weekend. It was just a weekend that I went to. I said, okay, let me try. So actually, I resigned to teach. I resigned. I didn't
Wow.
complete. I went to join for the training. Yeah. So and then funny enough, I was so enthusiastic. When I go home, I show this to my father, and at the time, actually, this has something to do with personal influence, because my dad at the time just has been experiencing mild stroke. So I was doing practicing these reflex zones to my father, and I used to draw to his feet all the reflex zones and then press it. And Really, to be honest, my father actually healed faster than the doctor would expect. Then I thought to myself, wow, this must be something to do with the reflexology because I was doing like every day, like after the training center, I go home and then I say, okay, Dad, let's put your feet, and my father already knows the drill. So yeah, that's how and how it is. My background being a teacher helped me in this industry. Well, the art of teaching actually is so broad, and it is very helpful because I am already a natural trainer myself, because that's what we do in school, and that's what we study, and that's what I do as a teacher. And we are very resourceful and creative, and we need that when we design menus and they create promotions, marketing ideas. And we are also very good in assisting, because assessment is part of a teacher. You need to assist your students. So I assist my therapist. I do assist guest feedbacks. We do evaluations. So that comes handy to me. So there's many things. And besides that, I've studied anatomy and physiology. Plus, put on, I did study psychology. So we are dealing with human beings. So it is my colleague used to tell me like, why you do things so easily. And because I said, because this is comes natural to me, because I was learning this for 4 years in the university, and I was in pronto, we have to do things, we are so spontaneous. So for the teachers, maybe fresh graduates right now listening or watching this, yes, you have a brighter future in this industry. I mean, yeah.
Thank you, Jory. Yeah, so at the age of 20, you actually found a new love besides teaching, right?
Yes.
And from your conversation, I can hear that, from teaching, you know about people, you know about handling different type of people, and you are well versed with, especially because you are in love with biology as well. And I know that as a spa therapist, you need to know anatomy and physiology, right?
Physiology. Mm.
Yeah. And I think it really brings a long way for where you are today. And can you share with us some of the key lessons you've learned while establishing yourself in this industry, especially from a spa therapist and then to a trainer and then to a spa director now, right? And what are also the challenges that you face and how you overcame them?
Oh, okay. Earlier, I mentioned that I was just a reflexologist. So, for me to join an international brand, I actually, on my interview, they asked, would I be willing to be trained for beauty therapy? And that is something that I've never done before. Like, I don't know how to do facial. I don't know what scrub wrap. I'm totally a reflexologist, and I only do acupressure point massage. So, these are the only two things that I do in our wellness center. So, with that being said, I said, wow, yeah, sure, I would be willing to train if I will be given the training. So when I went into an international brand, it is really a very big brand. I would consider it a 6-star, 7-star resort, where they trained us for 6 months to 1 year, and they give us evaluation, really tough. If you fail, they will send you home. They will pay you to go home. So that's where my beauty therapy certification started. Besides that, I received my reflexology certification back in the Philippines and in Guangzhou, China. Actually, when I went overseas, I was studying for 6 months, and I was certified Sept, so for beauty therapy. And then I still remember that it wasn't easy for me. I had so many nights of crying and restless because I don't want to, I'm a very competitive person, and I don't want to be scolded in front of everyone. And there's like, this is not a spa that was very small. There was 30 therapists. Yeah. And there were very limited Asian in this group. So yeah, so I don't want to me, it is my pride. I don't want to bring, dishonor to Asian, to Asian people. Like, yes. So I did have to put on a lot of effort to study, a lot of effort to learn the skills of how to do, yeah, proper facial, and really learn. Muscle to me is not a problem. Lymphatic areas is not a problem. It's easy. But the delivery, your physical delivery, the skill takes time to practice. So you need to dedicate your time. during these studies that I do, I never had any chance to go out or have fun, have barbecue outside. No, all in my mind was thinking is that how to do lifting and firming, how to drain that, and what's the next procedure, because you cannot interchange lymphatic draining and then locking it with the pressure points. No, you can't. And our evaluation was really tough.
So we
So
mean that the first challenge is this international brand that you're talking about is what brand is it? What company is that?
I was SPA.
Oh, ESPA. All right.
Yeah.
So the first challenge as an Asian, as a Filipinos going over to China, right? Your first challenge would be a language barrier. Do
Yes.
you have language barrier?
The company that sent me over there was they're very technological. Okay, so at a very young age, actually, I was already introduced to really high technology I've never seen before in my life. Like the small printer that we used to see now, I already seen that when I was 20 years old. And I had a translator. So this translator can actually print me English. So I already had that before. So when I was studying, they teach me in Chinese, but I have the translator that reads it over to me. So when yeah, so when like he speak in Chinese, it's I just put the voice and I put the headset. It translates me what he say in English. So I just look at my trainer.
Oh wow,
Yes,
that's interesting. Yeah.
yes. So, so when technology now, when I see this like gadgets, the small gadgets, I was thinking, oh my god, I've seen that when I was like 20 years old in Guangzhou. So
Oh,
yes,
okay. That's really good to know, right? Which means that you
so
actually having a teacher training in Mandarin and then it is actually translated in English. So
yeah,
language barrier is no, and your only challenge is actually challenging yourself, going up from your comfort zone, going to a country that you don't know
yes.
anyway, right?
And yes, and because I think because I'm so adaptable, and a change to me is like I welcome change. So
Wow.
I get excited, like, oh my God, I'm gonna travel. So for many young people, they get so scared, right? The fear of, oh my God, nobody will help me, nobody will be there, like what I'm gonna do there. Like I don't think that way. Like even now, like when I travel, I never think of, I don't have expectation. I just wanna firsthand experience what I'm gonna see from this culture, from these people. No, because maybe because of my mindset that I just don't really think of negative, what could potentially
Mm.
happen, something like that. If there's anything that could happen on the spot there, for sure, I know how to speak and ask for help. So that I know to myself. So yeah, but. mm I think it's also the upbringing of family, like not to fear anything as long as you know how to read and write. This is like in my home. You learn to read and write. You study because that will equip you wherever you are. As long as you know how to read and write, nobody will put you in jail. That my mom used to say.
So I would say that the challenges that you face actually and how you overcome is really much on your own personality and your own open-mindedness, and
Yes,
also how positive you are as a person. And you must always stay agile and be very flexible. And most of all is actually your positive mindset. Am I correct?
yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. So, to all those who are watching us, for you to transition yourself from a spa therapist to a spa director, I think you need to come into this industry with a very open mindset. And of course, you need to stay very agile and be
Yeah,
always positive about things around you. And most of all, is actually growth, right? And
yes,
how you see growth as a person, right? Correct. Okay, now what advice would you give to those considering this career transition into the spa wellness industry, especially if they're coming from a different field? Like, I know that people who wants to study in this industry, they'll just jump into the course and they love it and then they'll continue as a spa therapist trainer or a spa manager. For somebody like Andrew, right, who's a chef and then suddenly, turn to be a spa director and a consultant, or for somebody who is in love with F&B and suddenly think that they want to have a career transition, right? What would be your advice to them?
it's very simple to me. It's like, do you really need to be a therapist to join in this industry? My answer is no. First of all, you need to, if you are a person that find peace like doing yoga, you are more inclined to do more of well-being, and then maybe like fitness, or also you're very resourceful, you love reading about anything to do about us, mindfulness, and new technologies that is introduced in the market. Yeah, you are into these kind of things. You have a space in the spa, so the spa is not only for therapists. There are many things that we can do in the spa. We also need people to reservation people. So if you're a person that loves to do like beauty, and wants to talk about wellness, but then you don't have the skill, you don't want to be a therapist, but still I want to be I want to join this department. Yes, you have a space in our industry. You can be a reservation person, you can be a spa sales agent, you could be like the spa accounting person, or you could be a spa HR person, because we also require that, people to mentor and counsel us. It's highly required. Or you could be someone to be the face of the spa that advocates about our services. So there's plenty. And then maybe later, when you figure out that this therapist really highly engaged to guests, and they become not only a therapist, but guests share a lot of intimate things to the therapist, and the feeling of the therapist when they satisfy the guest is beyond money could pay for. Yeah, so when you are that person, and when you see the therapist feeling, having the fulfillment of their job after an hour of the treatment with this guest, and connect with this guest even after they left, and you want to join that, there is a space for you to be trained. Then maybe that is the step for you to become a therapist if you would like to. Or maybe you are more into technology, so you could be an operator of, example, a hyperbolic chamber room, and then you engage with guests, and then you learn to read about body composition and nutrition. So many factors that actually you can be a part of this spa and wellness. It's not only as a therapist.
Yeah, thank you, Jory. I think you have opened a lot of people's mind. Every time when people talk about spa and wellness industry, they only think there's one career they're able to go into, which is a therapist, right? And I
Mm,
think that, like you said, you have opened people's mind. It's not only a therapist. You can be a front desk, a reservation.
yes.
Uh, you can be a wellness consultant. It depending on where your passion is all about. So in another way that we can look at it, not only technical skills, but also there are soft skills. If you are really good in customer service, then maybe perhaps
Yes.
you go into customer service, guest relations and promotions,
Mm,
ambassadors, and all that, right? So yeah, so to all of you outside, do not only think that coming in the spa wellness industry is only about being a spa therapist. You can be a trainer, you can be in customer
salesperson.
service, you can even be in management, right? Like you mentioned
Yes.
in R and whatnot. So I think it's really broad. The career advancement in spa and wellness industry is really really big. And I like how you said that you fall in love also because you feel that being a spa therapist is beyond when you're able to treat somebody well, and the person after the treatment comes and say, wow, this is really something, and this beyond money can pay, like you said, right? I
Yes.
remember you said also you went into this because your dad is not feeling well,
Mm,
and you have been practicing reflexology. So you feel like you're a little doctor or a little healer that can heal somebody.
we
And I
are.
think
Yes.
the fulfillment is so so different, right? That you're able to give to your client a
Mm.
smile that this stressful person has when they come to your spa, right? So yeah, all right. We have two questions for you, and before we end, are there any specific skills and certifications you believe are essential for the success in this industry, and how do
Yes.
you use them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think it varies country to country. Like in the Philippines, it is so big to do in situ studies. So it's a short study for 3 months to 6 months. They teach you basic anatomy, physiology that is related to massage, and then they
right.
give you practical experience. like you are in the spa. So they give that. And also there is ITEC. There are a lot of international certifications.
Right.
ITEC, SIBTAC, SIDESCO, and also other things that could potentially allow you to join this spa is obtaining like nutrition certification, fitness
Okay.
certification, because a spa is not only about massage. It's
Yeah.
broader. Yes.
Right.
So if you already have that foundation, it you already have the basic knowledge to for you to engage easily and maybe learn even more faster. Mm.
Right. So, do you actually do you have to pay when you're in the Philippines to actually go for this certification, or is it free? Do
There
you
are
pay for
programs
it?
from there are programs from the government that's offering for free. For
Right.
example, a new company open now and they will require NC2 people. So this
Mm.
company will pay the government and the government will search for the talent. And then the
Oh,
talent
that's
will be
cool.
yeah, and then the talent will join to that company.
Yeah, similar like what Malaysia is having as well. I
Yeah.
think there are certain
Yeah.
programs that is actually government funded as well. Yeah, and also some are employers funded. Right.
Yes.
Can I know how much
And
have you invested in yourself up to now?
me, because I'm
Yeah.
so lucky because God is so good to me. So all my studies, yes, all my studies are actually I was also a scholar back in the university. So I if you ask me how much I pay in school, I don't know. So
Ah,
I don't pay. When I was studying the for my reflexology, actually I was selected as one of the best trainees.
wow.
So that's why they send me so that I go back to the Philippines and train the other new trainees. Yeah. So
Must be
so when
your
I went to
positivity.
so when I went to Maldives at 21, 20, yeah, turning 22, they actually pay for me, and that was 2,800 euro. I never
Oh
forget.
wow.
So yes,
Oh
so
wow.
yes, that impact was 2,800 euro, but it was free. And then I become an advanced, so they pay us. So I know because they always tell us you have to be serious with your training because this much we pay for you. So who is joining this training? I'm the number one. Me, like I'm gonna join for this training, and good enough because you see my passion for this
Yeah.
industry is so huge, and so I always excel. I always pass. I never fail. And I
Wait,
know that in Singapore, my team, my Balinese team that I brought in Singapore, they have to be certified. And actually, our company, because it's big, hotel is big, right? So we can get a refund. So we pay, and then our HR do the refund from the government. So we pay,
right.
and yes, each therapist is 2,200 or 2,400 Singapore dollars.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Okay.
to certify. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I always believe that I think you need to have a skin in the game so that you also treasure what you learn and then you want to stay in this industry, right? Yeah, I think it's so important for all the therapists to keep on upgrading themselves as well. And you're so lucky because I think maybe it's your positive energy that always attract all this, getting this, benefit from the employer. Do you actually have to be bonded by the employer when they pay for
Yes.
your fee? Yeah.
So in ESPA, they never really let you bond because the standard is very high. You need to really pass. So if you don't pass, they send you home. That
Oh
was
well,
in my
then
time. Yeah, they don't
yeah.
care that they pay the 2,000. No, they don't care. They pay you because they don't want you to handle guests that you don't understand anything what you're doing. So that's the standard of ESPA. And then when I was with Per Account, actually I was selected to they want to promote me to become a manager. So I said I don't have the skill to run people, and but running the spa okay. But then my GM was so kind enough; he sent me to Singapore, and I studied wellness management.
Oh wow,
How
how
to
long is that? How long is it?
that was a crash course. It was only for 10 days, 2 weeks. Yeah. And my,
Oh,
my, my classmates were all international. I have classmates from Middle East. Yes, I
that's
have
really
classmates from
nice.
Malaysia. Yes, I have classmates from I think Vietnam. So they are operator of spa and they want to learn how to operate spa.
Right. Are these shorter courses? Is it actually relevant to what you are doing? These short courses help you
Yes.
in developing as a manager.
Yes, because they teach you how to do, they teach you what is OSE, operating supply equipments, what's CapEx, how to open a spa. Yes, like
Yes.
budgeting, and then they teach you like. But already I know that, but I was sent there because I just want to. My GM says, "Okay, Jory, you to be certified." So when I went there, I was number one student again because
Oh,
obviously I.
wow.
Yeah. So for me, it was more like networking. But yeah, so then after that studies, I bonded. I have to bond for a year with
Okay. I think
Morocco.
it's fair enough that when company sends you, and you're actually bonded by the company because they invested so much in
Mm,
you, right, and the people.
yeah.
And I always believe that company who actually invest in the people will really go far, right?
Yes.
Will really go
Because
far.
there is you are obliged. You have the responsibility. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. So finally, what is your upcoming goals? You're already now a spa director, and what are your upcoming goals and your initiatives moving forward?
Okay. So so well, I'm so proud to announce to everyone that actually Ayana Spa Bali has won the Forbes Vetted Award for the
Oh
best spa in
wow!
Bali. Yes. So with that,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you. And with that, I my goal is to continuously innovate and research further, study well the guest needs before they could even come to our resort, and implement new offerings for our wellness because that's something that we drive here in our property. And in that simple way, hopefully I can encourage guests when they go back home to incorporate wellness in their routine. And also here in our property, I always give some tips and lessons, a little bit of wellness lessons to the leaders and to our colleagues, so that they could also upkeep their well-being, mindfulness, and how they could also incorporate these small skills and trainings that I've always shown them, and to share it with their department so that we can radiate positivity and more, not only positivity, but this something good energy that everyone can work as a team. So yeah, maybe that small gesture that I do would go a long way.
Just like what you did today, you volunteer your time, even though you're so busy, you volunteer your 30 minutes for us to inspire more people to be in this industry, right? I think it's something that I think you have been doing so well. And I know that you were also a speaker in the Cosmoprof. And besides only your career, you also give back to the community, like sharing your experience. And I think it's so, so important for people to know that how far the spa and wellness industry has gone today, right? It's no longer like you just go into a massage and then have a massage and go, right? Like what you say, implementing wellness in their daily routine is something that you want to have all your guests practicing is something
Yeah.
really, really
Mm.
nice, really nice. So I hope that those who are actually staying with us this evening, that you have got tips from Jory, how she has transitioned from a 20-year-old girl to an elementary teacher, and today being a spa director of Ayana. And Ayana is very, very big, I know, right in Bali. And I am so inspired with the story. And for those people who are not even in this industry, if you think about a change in your career, right, listen to Jory and see what are the tips you have gathered today. And once again, Jory, any final words for our audience?
Oh yeah, so to everyone who's watching right now, I maybe I look young in the video. I'm not sure, but I'm not young. So if you wanna look as young as me, this was just a joke. Okay. So for anyone who's watching and inside you feel like, oh my god, maybe I should give it a try, don't hesitate, don't think too much, just come and join and see it for yourself, because overthinking will lead you to no achievement. So me, I always like this, okay, why would I think too much? I'll just gonna go there and try it, and if it's not for you, then it's not for you, because this department is, I mean, the hospitality industry is always a calling, but the spa is very special because it's not just a calling. Your time, dedication, your genuinity, the guest can feel you, so you cannot even fake your smile, and you cannot fake your energy.
Yeah.
So yes, we cannot. The minute you touch the guest know you don't like him or you don't like her. So no, we come clean and we
Yes.
pull out a lot of energy, and we are like mastermind. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
be fearless. Just jump. Have the
yes,
leap of faith. If you think
yes.
that you want to have a change in your career and you think that spa and
Don't
wellness
think
industry
twice.
is for you, all right. Maybe perhaps it's going to be another Jory Montilla, director of spa and wellness of Ayana, right? Hey, by the way, right? We almost finished. I think we are almost done. But one thing, right? You say you doesn't look like you don't look like your age, right? How many years have you been in the industry now?
22.
Okay, that I can know your age, isn't it? Okay, you definitely don't look your age. All right, I think we are almost the same age though. All right, we are about the same time in the industry for almost 20 years now. All right.
Yeah.
So for all those who are watching, and once again, Jerry, we thank you so much for your time. I know you need to run for another occasion, and I hope that your words of wisdom, your sharing, it continues to inspire more people in the spa and wellness industry. And once again, thank you for watching APSWC Career Pathway in the spa and wellness industry today. Bye for now. Thank you,
Yes.
Jerry.
Thank
Have a
you,
nice
Asia Pacific
evening.
Spa and Wellness Coalition. Thank you, Alyssa, for the time. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and see you again soon.
Yes, spread positivity.
Yes,
Positivity.
positivity.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.